Hello, Blake Schilb, here from the national team of the Czech Republic, representing the basketball team. As far back as I can remember, I believe maybe being about 7 years old, playing at the park. My mother used to have a job with some elderly people. She would help them at their home. So she would send me to the park down the street. And I was just 7 or 8, but I would go by myself. They would always say, no, you're too small, you can't play, you know. So after a few years, I got a little bigger, and they started to bring me off the sidelines and to be able to play with them. So. Growing up around Chicago area, the 80s and the 90s, you have the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and you know, just next door you have Detroit Pistons, you know, who are always battling with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. So my dad was a lunatic about basketball. I would be outside, but I would hear him yelling in the house about the basketball game. So.
What time is it? Game time. From North Carolina.
I had Michael Jordan posters, you know, jerseys, trading cards. You know, I would try to mimic his moves on the court. You know, when nobody was looking, I would stick my tongue out and shoot a jump shot. So it wouldn't be until I was, I don't know, 16 or something when I first started to dunk. So then I would try to dunk like him as well. So. I think go hand in hand together, basketball, music, especially hip hop. You know, I think it's a quote unquote hood culture, you know, like growing up in a neighborhood where this is all you do. You go to the basketball court, you make raps, you make jokes, things like this with your friends.
Can you rap?
Can I rap? Sure. Right now on freestyle? Yeah, let's get it. My name is Blake. I'm here from the Czech. About to ball out. Respect. I listen to some of the music that the younger guys bring to the locker room, and sometimes I'm like, that's not very good, like older music, you know. But sometimes there are musicians and albums that are, you know, just as good as some of the classics. You know, I think being a basketball player, you listen to the music and you have a certain feel. Maybe when you're on the court, you know, you have this feeling like a dance. So you want to move like this, a certain style, and it's kind of similar. So if you go to the court with the hard rock style, you know, maybe you just want to rebound, and maybe you just want to set some screens and go crazy on the court. Or maybe if you want to, I don't know, listen to hip hop or something, you want to be a little bit more stylish this way, or classical music, be more finesse. It was my first time coming to Europe at all, and coming directly to the Czech Republic. You know, I got picked up from the airport by George Zidek, and you know, I see this tall guy, and I'm like, you know, wow, this is really happening for me, you know, and you know, we take the trip back to Nymburk, and you know, they give me a stick shift, a manual car, and I had never driven a manual before, so I get in there and I don't know how to drive, and I'm stalling, trying to drive everywhere. Cars are honking, and you know, I'm late to practice because of this, and so I had to go out in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, to practice my driving when nobody was on the street. But no, I think it was a little bit of a culture shock. You know, different languages, different cultures, and you know, habits. I had to adjust. You know, it was a part of becoming professional. I thought, you know, that being in the Czech Republic as a first opportunity as a professional career really helped me, you know, adapt to other cultures later. You know, I felt very welcomed. You know, it was very professional, and everybody who I met was very nice and helping. I remember we were warming up, and I seen her come into the game with one of my teammates' wives, and I lose focus for the game. What am I doing, you know? And I have to focus for the game, but all the game I keep looking at her. Who is this woman? You know, she's so beautiful. I have to find out. So after the game, I asked my teammate, you know, who is this? He said, B, no, you can't meet her, you know. I say, what? You have to tell me, you know, who she is, you know. Yeah. So finally, he gave me her name, and from there, he introduced us, and you know, I came to find out my wife loved coffee very much. I had never had coffee again until I came to Europe, so we started to go for coffees, and you know, we would go on my off days in Prague, and we would meet. She was busy with school, with her master's, so when she was free, we would do everything we could together, and you know, I think it just blossomed from there, and I think especially, you know, meeting her in Prague is why, you know, I personally love Prague so much as well, you know, because this is where I met my wife. So I would say she's a little bit more conservative than me. There's sometimes I want to take a vacation and say, oh, let's go here and let's do this for, who cares how much money we're going to spend or something, you know, on this vacation, as long as we have this time together, you know. And she would be like, oh, but okay, we have a budget a little bit, so let's think about it twice. But no, mostly we agree on most things, and you know, especially when it comes to our family. Most of the time I'm playing in a different country during the season, so either in the summertime, or mostly in the summertime, or now that the FIBA windows are organized this way, I get to make the trip to the Czech Republic more often. But you know, mostly summers after the season, we come back for part of the summer, and then we travel to the USA for the rest of the summer until the next season starts. So you know, it's kind of been like that for maybe 6 or 7 years now. Even before I had the citizenship, you know, we would come to the Czech Republic after the season, and we would visit her mother and her brother, my brother-in-law, and you know, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago he got married, so we were here and we enjoyed this time during the summer as well. So you know, I think that we would like to be back in the Czech Republic more often, but working abroad in Spain or in France this next season, it's a little bit difficult. You know, it's something that I take pride in. You know, even when people don't fully understand, you know, I take the time to help them understand, you know, especially like some family members or friends from America who are like, okay, so you're playing for the Czech Republic national team, like why you don't play for Team USA, you know? And I'm like, oh, well, this is where my pride is with the Czech Republic basketball team. And, you know, I think it's given me great opportunities. And I think it's also, you know, helped transform a little bit into a more worldly view on basketball and cultures. When I first got my citizenship for the Czech Republic was 2015, when I played in the Eurobasket. And, you know, we had some good success for the national team this summer. And this year, I also had some tragedy after that, is when my brother passed away in December from cancer. So we had a saying, you know, for him when we were fighting together, and it's TP23 strong. So for every free throw I shoot, I do my routine and I say TP23 strong before I shoot it. So it kind of levels me and allows me some strength in focusing on shooting the free throw.